Hi Aquarius, welcome to your February 2018 single and ready to mingle love reading for those people who are on their own looking for love. And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, having fun with this, and I've been showing the back of these cards. I'm doing a special reading, a spread for this, so I'll explain the positions after I pick the cards. And I'm picking additional card because of the nature of Five of Swords. Because some cards, it's not like, oh, this is a negative connotation, so I'm picking another card. It doesn't end on a note that seems like a resolution. And sometimes it's a state of being, so it's not really like I don't know how to explain it, but I can't help but feel that this is a little bit uneven. So I'm going to try to go D like this. I think that'll work. I think. Oh well. So by the way, this type of reading is exploring you being single from your point of view, not just by looking at what is happening and saying, oh, I can't find anybody, but saying, how do I act within the realm of relationships? When I meet someone that I like, how do I act? You would think, that's a logical question, that obviously you act in a positive manner when you meet somebody that you like, but you and I both know that sometimes people act contradictory because maybe they're afraid, especially if they really like someone. Just think of like little kids, little boys, when they like a girl, they tease her sometimes because they don't know how to handle their feelings. So that doesn't necessarily change when people get older. And Aquarius is a sign that is very interest in preserving their individuality, and relationships sometimes tend to threaten that because it's like you become this monster, this couple. And can you tell I'm a Sagittarius and I have a few issues with that myself? I mean, I really believe in individuality, but I'm in a relationship myself, a very long-term relationship, so it's something, it's a dance. Okay, so this card is, got to make sure, because sometimes I've been, with this new deck, not seeing it properly. Three of Wands, it looks like. And this is the central challenge to you in relationships. Now, in this case, I think with the Three of Wands, it is that kind of roaming desire that all air signs and fire signs have to some degree. The Three of Wands is about long distance travel, expansion, and things like that. So it might even be just a mental, like an attitude that you have where you want the freedom. See, it's about freedom, and you want to preserve that freedom. You want to come and go as you like. And you don't want to have to answer for yourself. And the Three of Wands is about, it's just about looking to the horizon and not just kind of being stuck in this petty little universe, but something much vaster. And you may view relationships as keeping you from that sense of freedom. So, this is funny. This is funny that they call it mother. This is the history that may have led to this. And it's funny because the Mother of Cups, for the court cards, the mother is the queen and the father is the king, which, you know, traditionally in the tarot, that was one of the interpretations of those cards. But looking at this as history, if you had a mother who was who is or was a water sign, and you're an air sign, that can definitely feel very suffocating. And you may have always felt like this sense of not being able to breathe and have your own freedom. And obviously children can't just run wild, but I think you know what I mean. If you've had this, and it's also, if I look at it from another point of view, instead of just picking on mothers, but I'm doing that because of the history aspect or the past. But the other possibility with this is that you may have been involved with someone, and you know, even though we talk about mothers as women and we focus on gender, it's really it's like the Queen of Cups. So it's a very feminine energy. It could be a man who has a lot of water in him and is very, you could even say like clingy, needy, somebody in your past that you really felt like didn't allow you to breathe. And you may be afraid, let's say you're married to such a person, you may be afraid that everybody that even hints at some of those tendencies is going to do the same thing. How do you heal from this? Well, this is connected to the Son of Cups, which is the page, it's actually the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, I think, actually connects to, is it Pisces? I think that's, no, that would be the Page of Cups. It's a water energy, but it's like, with the Knight of Cups, it's about romanticism and artistic self-expression, but not necessarily being demanding emotionally. So if you look at it this way, how you can gauge things is if you meet somebody and they are offering you love, because that's also the Knight of Cups, is this offer. It could be of love, it could be of something else. But if you feel like the person is really genuinely trying to give you something, then you know the difference. Usually in smothering relationships, the other person feels a sense of entitlement that, you know, you owe them affection, you owe them your undying allegiance or attention. And so they're trying to take. The Knight of Cups I see as somebody trying to give. And so I guess don't fear emotion in people, because sometimes Aquarians get like freaked out. Even if somebody's like really like joyous, you might think they're like over the top and they're manic or something like that. But if they seem to want to love you or care about you, and they're not, you don't sense that they're trying to take, that's how you know the difference between that and the person who is trying to smother you and control you in that way. So the fourth and fifth cards are cards that may indicate the type of person, where you might meet them. The Emperor is connected to Aries, and Aries is certainly a sign that is compatible with Aquarius, because fire and air mix very well. And I remember when I first met this man who became a friend of mine, and he was a Libra, and he asked me what sign I was, and I said I was a Sagittarius, and he said, air fans flames. You know, I thought, wow, that's interesting. And so that could be a particular sign that you wind up with. Maybe it's timing, so maybe it's in that late March to late April period. Maybe it's someone who is like in the law profession. The Emperor can be like an arbiter or something, maybe like a judge or someone that people go to for guidance because this person is wise, an advisor. And the other card is the Mother of Wands, which would be the Queen of Wands. For people interested in women, this may be a female fire sign, and she might be older than you, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, in a general reading especially, it's wise not to focus on gender. So anybody, maybe they have a combination of, as I had mentioned, if the Son of Cups, if it's a water sign person, maybe they have water and fire in them. And the water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And so the fire energy in the water, that kind of a person would be quite emotional, though, altogether. The other thing, too, is any kind of, I would say even like a poetry reading or something that is artistic, as well as kind of showing off your acting chops or performance skills. So your creativity and your performance skills at the same time, or a play, an actor from a play, something like that. And or maybe just add a performance of some sort. Okay, but I think it's somebody who may be very creative, because even with the Page of, or the Knight of Cups, this could be somebody who's like a singer-songwriter, so maybe it's like an open mic, or who knows, something like that. The outcome, as I said, I did pick an additional card, and they're both swords. The Five of Swords is a card that's associated with, in some cases, there could be some kind of backbiting that's going on, and this might be in your circle of friends or their circle of friends. If you meet somebody, there might be some chatter or things going on beneath the surface. And this may, a lot of times when you think about this, if there is, like, if you're, I would say this is especially true if you're younger, where you're really still hanging around with a group of friends. You know, as people get older in your 30s and 40s, they don't tend to have those kinds of strong social circles, because, you know, they have kids and in profession, and they're not that social anymore. But, you know, it's possible, too, that that's happening. So watch out for, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people, because this could be more than one person that is poisoning the well. So if you have met somebody and they have friends, and you met them through mutual friends or something like that, someone may be jealous that you ended up with this person and saying bad things about you. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to end on this card, because I think that it's it requires more clarity. Also, make sure that the person that, if you do meet this person, that they are not taken, because there could be other people involved with the Five of Swords. There might be other people, and there might be deception. And this is also the card of empty victory, so also make sure that you're not knowingly going into the situation and saying, whatever. I got this person. They didn't, you know, that's tough for them. I don't care if they're married. I don't care if they're you know, in a committed relationship. That's not my problem. The heart wants what it wants. You know, those kinds of things, and just kind of like rationalizing it. Because this is the card of empty victory. You could get what you want, but at what price? And so I picked another card, and it's the Ace of Swords. So this is a card of new beginnings. Possibly, this person, I mentioned possible astrological signs. Maybe this is with a fellow air sign, Gemini, fellow Aquarius, or Libra. But this is a card of you know, decisive victory and beginnings of new things, but there's a clarity of thought. So with that Five of Swords right next to it, maybe there's some intrigue around you, but you are good. You know who you are, you know what you're about, and you're not going to allow any of these other people to try to drag you down. So it's a good note to end it on, because the Ace of Swords is a decisive new beginning in your life. And it could be with another person that you really feel like, with this Queen of Wands, you really feel this affinity for this person, because they may be a very vibrant person. The Queen of Wands can be a kind of a warm-hearted person who shows you affection and maybe brings you out, makes you more lively too, instead of so analytical, and they have a good influence on you. So, and you're a good, there's a good balance there of the fiery and the cool-headedness of the Aquarian. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, I have different types of readings: love readings, career readings, life path, combo readings, natal chart readings. Click on the link below for that. My website is rainandmoonastrology.com. Otherwise, oh, by the way, Aquarius, you are having that solar eclipse in your sign. February 15th, 27 degrees of Aquarius. Enjoy that. New beginnings on steroids for you in general. Okay, take care. Bye.